So if you have been one of those people in hibernation, embrace it, engage it, And a lot of the times I look at, if I'm also in this like total like sloth like relaxation mode, my body is so aware, and it's so aware that there is about to be a whole lot going on, and get ready for that sort of thing. Happy New Year. Like, truly, freaking Happy New Year. Happy 2025. What are you asking for in 2025?
Welcome to the Choice, Change and Action podcast, where you get to choose, change and take action to create a different today and a different future.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Choice, Change and Action podcast. So this podcast, I'm recording it, I think it's my 29th of December. It will be coming out in that week of the new year. And I've been in some serious hibernation. I know bears, hibernate in the winter. It's super hot here in Australia, like really hot. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And I've been doing some serious hibernation. And it's been a really interesting time. And I sort of wanted to address this because every time I address it, somebody reaches out to me and goes, "Oh, thank you so much for saying that. If you didn't know already, well, let's do this. Happy New Year. Like, truly, friggin' Happy New Year. Happy 2025. What are you asking for in 2025? If you didn't know already, in 2019, I went, I'm going to call what next year is. Let's recall 2020. And I said, it's going to be the year of chaos. Well, yes, I was correct. It was the year of chaos. Something I was looking at this year is there's magic in every moment. Like, absolutely, there is magic in every moment. And a lot of those moments that we judge, and those moments that we doubt, those moments that, we create maybe as a distraction. What if there was magic in those moments as well? Now, I also have something new I've been looking at. I've got so many things that I've been looking at. Look, I know a lot of people do the, New Year's resolutions, blah, blah, blah. And it's not a bad thing. It's like, I actually really like evaluating what I'm choosing, looking at what I'm choosing and asking myself questions. It's like, does this actually work for me? What I'm choosing in every area of my life. So for me, this period in the year is a really nice time and space just to spend with yourself if you can. Happy Christmas. I had a great Christmas. I spent it with my friend Christopher Hughes, which was really interesting because it was in Brisbane, so I drove down there on Christmas Day. Delusional, can I just say? I was thinking, oh, it's Christmas Day. Everyone would already be where they're going. There'll be no traffic. I was wrong. There was a lot of traffic. But you know what? I was listening to Realms of Creation, the call with Gary Douglas and Dr. Dan here, the whole way down. And the next day, again, over Boxing Day, everybody's heading up the coast. But so I got like 5 hours of listening to this class and just being with myself, watching the view, driving, and I guess, again, being in question with myself of what I'm choosing. Is it working? What would I like to change? Oh, yeah. Choice, change, and action, the podcast. And you know what, guys? You have to actively choose. You really have to actively choose what it is that you're asking for. So a few things. If you have been like me, which apparently a lot of people are hibernating, it's not bad. It's not wrong. It's not terrible. I have a membership called the Profit Club. It's like $28 a month. It's an absolute bargain. You get 2 calls with me. You get the clearings that we do from each call, plus a few little different things. And you get a Telegram thread that, everybody's in as well. You get to download the calls each month. If you joined now, you literally could listen to every single call that I've done up until now. You can't download them, but you can listen to them. It's like, streaming them from my Kajabi account. So it's called the Profit Club. And I originally created that to talk about money, wealth, business, etc. But also the Profit Club to me is you, your body. It's like your relationships, the way you are each and every day. It's like, are you kind to you with your choices? You know, so there's a whole lot in there. My point is, the other day I was doing my membership and I was talking about how on Boxing Day I got home and I pretty much watched Netflix for like 8 hours straight. And here's the thing though, for about 5 hours, I periodically judged myself and went to, oh, I should be doing this or I should be doing that or something different, you know. And each time that popped up, that judgment, because that's what it is, I was like, what am I judging myself for? Like, it's not as though I'm like a lazy bum who just sits around and does nothing. It's not true. And even if I did, that's fine as well. It's a choice, right? And the whole point to this podcast today, besides saying Happy New Year, is I would like you to have a look at your choices and enjoy your choices. So I kept reminding myself of this. Simone, enjoy your choices. And I made some really yummy, tasty food and, you know, just different things that I like to eat. And I did a little bit of cooking and watched Netflix for 8 hours. But when I mentioned it on my Profit Club, I had quite a few people ping me and go, oh my God, thank you so much for mentioning this. It's like, why? And they're like, because they did the same thing, but also sat in judgment of themselves. So right now, anywhere that you are judging what you are not doing or what you are actually choosing, will you please destroy and uncreate that? Times a godzillion. Right and wrong, good and bad, POC and POD, all 100, shorts, boys, proverbs, creations, bases, and beyonds. Yes, I did a podcast with the clearing statement a few weeks ago and it changed again. We added something else to it as well, the all 100. So there is going to be really soon, I don't think it'll be by the time this podcast is out, some more explanation on that on theclearingstatement.com. Okay. But just go with it. It's friggin' amazing. And, you know, if you have any questions, please ping me. Like, follow us on the Choice Change in Action Instagram and slide into those DMs or to my personal DMs in Simone Milasas. I do have a team of people looking at that. So it might not be me directly, but I usually have a peek too, and they give me messages. But if you want to know anything, if there's certain topics that you would like to talk about this year too, please let me know. I essentially either have done podcasts with people who are access consciousness facilitators. I choose to do this podcast for the access consciousness tools to get out there. But then I cover topics on my own or with somebody else as well. And randomly I'll interview somebody that just has to do with something that I'm really interested in, or I think the world would be a better place if they knew more about this, you know. So if you're new to my podcast, welcome. And again, Happy New Year. This is about enjoying your choices. So even if you look at your day today as you're listening to this, what did you do today? Like, have a look. What did you do today? What's the first 2 or 3 things that pop in your world? What would you have liked to have done today? Notice how there's a different energy, right? And be aware of that. And it's like, what if here's a new energy that I've been playing with is, what if you let consciousness lead you? Like, how many of you are control freaks? Yes, I can put 2 hands up. Okay. I've been working on this for a really long time to not be that control freak and not function from the rightness of my point of view or the righteousness or going to the wrongness of myself or using force. All of these choices, because they are a choice, all of these choices don't create anything greater. And, you know, we're sort of being taught, look after yourself, be autonomous, you know, all these sort of topics. And yet it doesn't actually lead us to more consciousness. In fact, it leads us to separation. Like, how many of you are proud to function from autonomy, and yet when you function from autonomy, you're literally separating yourself from everybody else and what you could receive and the contribution that others can be and are willing to be, especially if you chose to receive it. So everything that is times the godzillion, where you destroy and uncreate it. Right and wrong, good and bad, POC and POD, all 100, shorts, boys, proverbs, creations, bases, and beyonds. So one of the things I've been playing with as well is energy. Now, access consciousness is so much about the energy. I mean, the name of it literally used to be called Access Energy Transformation when I came along, which was 24 years ago. And that's what it was called. And then I can't remember what year, but we changed it to Access Consciousness because that's literally what it's doing, is accessing consciousness. So what does consciousness know that we haven't been willing to receive? You know, ask yourself that question. And if you look at every area of your life, right? So this is about enjoying your choices. You look at every area of your life. And what if we went through some of the main topics that most people think they have a problem with? So let's look at finance, money, especially around this time of year. Everyone starts freaking out about it, and it seems to be more than most. And what if there was a different possibility? Okay. So if you look at your finances, there is an energy that presents itself. Okay. Every area of your life, there's an energy that presents itself. Now, your financial reality, your, wealth creation, money, earning money, etc. However you want to put this, there is an energy that presents itself. Okay. Be with that. And what are you asking for? What are you demanding of yourself and asking for? One of the things a friend of mine said to me a few days ago, they're making 2025 the year of finance. And I went, ooh, the year of finance. And I went, that's an interesting choice. And what she's doing is educating herself a lot more on trading. Like she trades, she has a trading account on futures, and she wants to get better at it. And I was like, that's a really cool demand, because you can tell that she enjoys her choice and she wants to educate herself more and be better at it. Okay. So there's an energy that's presenting when she makes that demand of herself and goes, okay, I'm having more of this. Now, I actually have, it's probably started by the time you're listening to this podcast, but you can still join. It's called the Money Adventure. I sort of nicknamed it the Money Challenge. It started on the 1st of January, because why not? Per que no? Yeah, why not? So, and there's a couple of calls that you get with me. We also do a money energy pool. But we've done all these videos and these tools, really pragmatic tools to change your financial reality. Now, I used these tools and I changed my financial reality. I used lots of tools. And honestly, 2 or 3 tools that I used really changed my financial reality. And it was so much about looking at the point of view that I had. So I've got this coming up. I am currently looking at my finances as well. I'm just going to tell you what my schedule is now, because I have a call on investment coming up as well. It's around mid-January, and it's a 3-part call. And I've done pretty well with investing, I would say, better than most. Obviously, I'm no, Elon Musk, but there you go. I'm me. And I have gone from being hugely in debt to having money to owning my own house. Just finished some major renovations. It's epic. I love it. And owning residential property, commercial property, investing in some random things like a gymnasium. I have bonds. I have 3 trading accounts, which I'm going to make it into 2 soon, because I have what we call your retirement fund. It's a really good tax rate, except in Australia. You have various, choices all around the world of what you can do, but I can use that to invest in as well. So, I mean, I have antiques, I have jewelry, I have, gold, silver, platinum, like all these different things that I've chosen to invest in. And I've done well. And so what I've been looking at is I've ticked that box. I've ticked that box. It's been great. It's been fun. I have enjoyed my choice. Am I still enjoying this choice? Okay. So part of looking at, are you enjoying your choices, is also asking the question, are you still enjoying this choice? I literally have in this, this pen that you can write on a mirror, 2 questions on my mirror in my bathroom, and it's to do with choice. And one says, will it be ease? And one says, will it be joy? And then in my office, I have one written on my whiteboard in regards to choice that says, is it going to create a future that I will be happy with? That's a really great question for every area of your life. And if you look at, as we're talking about money and finances right now, are you choosing something that is going to create a future that you will be happy with? And I started to look at a lot of my investments and I was like, some of them I went, I think I've done what I was meant to do with this. And I get it's time to let it go. And what else would I like to choose? Actively choose. Okay, guys? I hear people all the time go, I'm choosing this, I'm choosing that, I'm choosing this. Are you actively choosing? If you want to eat a meal and cook a meal, you have to actively get up. You have to go buy the ingredients and then cook it in the kitchen or do whatever. Or if you want to eat, you go to a restaurant and you have to actively choose and actively order and actively, make this choice. Okay. So have a look at what you're actively choosing rather than just friggin' talking about it. Like, that old saying of, the people who wake up in the morning and I quite often refer to that I go, I wish I had $1 million, compared to the ones who actually wake up and go, I'm demanding that I have $1 million. I'm demanding that I create more. What am I going to choose today? And asking questions and actively choosing. All right. So I'm starting to look at all my investments and go, okay, does this match the future of what I would like? And I'd like a different future here on the planet. I'd like a universe of possibilities. What is that? I don't cognitively know what that is, but I do perceive an energy, and that energy is far greater than anything that I could work out. Hence, the question I've been asking recently and playing with in the last few days, if I let consciousness lead me, what would I choose? Okay. Now, it was interesting. Some of the choices that I made, I was so much more relaxed around it. And it was just this ease. And some were actually to do with money. And there was just this ease. And I went, okay, so if I let consciousness lead me, instead of me being the control freak of magnitude, what would I choose? And as you ask consciousness what it would like to, be, contribute, like lead you to, there's an energy and you're aware of it. You are so aware of it. Now, here's the thing. You are so aware of that energy. What do you do? What's the next thing that you do? Do you control it? Do you go to what's right? Do you go to what's wrong? Do you force something? Do you ignore it? Do you doubt it? Like, what do you do? Rather than, what I'm going to ask is, what if instead you start asking yourself the question, what can I be with this? Okay. I don't care what you're choosing. I really don't. I want you to enjoy your choices. I want you to ask the question, what can I be with this choice? If I'm choosing to watch Netflix for 8 hours in a row, what can I be with this? Enjoy it. Okay. Don't judge it. Have you ever wanted to have all the Access classes in the same place? Or you're new to Access and would like to discover more? Check out the app at access.me. There's a class for any topic, and you literally have access to over 25 years of classes of change, choice, and possibility. So if you have been one of those people in hibernation, embrace it, engage it, And a lot of the times I look at, if I'm also in this total sloth relaxation mode, my body is so aware, and it's so aware that there is about to be a whole lot going on, and get ready for that sort of thing. So I'm also looking at, we spoke about year of finance for a friend of mine. I'm also looking at not so much year of health, because it's a little bit limited for me. I'm looking at, because I added that to my year of finance. Why not? Let's add that too. What am I asking for? So I am looking at my investments and looking at all of that, and what else would I like to actualize? Okay. But I'm also looking at my body and going, what am I asking for? And if you've been listening to my classes or podcasts, you would have heard me a few years ago say, I used to judge the size and shape of my body all the time. And then my Pilates instructor actually said to me, hey, what are you asking for with your body one year? And I was like, wow, great question. And I started to look at it, and I made one of those old people's noises, I call it, like when you get off a chair and you go, oh, you know. And I was like, okay, I don't actually desire for that to be my reality if I can help it. I get it, I'm going to be 150 at some point and maybe make an old people's noise, okay? Because I'm going to live to be over 100 for sure. If I'm going to live to be over 100, what am I going to choose now in my early 50s? What do I need to actively choose today in order to be so independent, not autonomous, but be independent as in I don't need someone to look after me, in 50 years' time. So I am looking at, health-wise body, the strength, the flexibility, always, absolutely. And what is my body asking for? Like I've had some stuff going on with my skin for quite some time. And the medical industry knows what it is, but they don't really know much about it. For me, it's like if it's showing up on my skin, what's inside, what is my body asking for? So I've been doing a lot of, questions, education, etc., and not making things solid, okay? I'm not into going, it must be this, and now I have to do this, and this is this, and this is that. No, play with it, play with the energy. Like if I was asking questions about my body and asking consciousness to lead me, what is my body asking for? Okay. Like the last few days, a couple of things I've done. I love hiking. Ask your body, does my body like hiking? So I've been going hiking. My body enjoys it when it enjoys it. And when it doesn't, it doesn't. And I have an infrared sauna at home. So I've been playing in there, like going in there. And then I have an ice bath as well. And been, going into the ice bath. And it's, my body is so loving it. It's just been such a contribution. So what is your body asking for that you've been ignoring it? And if you started to ask your body and listen to it, it would show you. It would show you what it is that would bring you more joy with your body. There's an energy there. Like I said, there's an energy that presents itself in finance. There's an energy that presents itself, with your body. Turning my aircon down. It's freaking hot here, humid and hot. There's an energy. What is the energy that your body is asking for? What could you choose that would enjoy your choices? There's actually a boxing thing in the local, like the next suburb along that I'm going to go check out. I've enjoyed martial arts for a really long time. I'm definitely not as good as what I used to be, but I'm okay. And I enjoy boxing, and I enjoy martial arts. And when my body enjoys it, it's just like, yes. So I'm going to go check that out as well. And ask my body when I'm there, hey, would this be fun for you? Okay, because there's an energy again that presents itself. Now, that's finances and that's your body. Now look at your business. When I say business, you might own a business or you might be working with someone, etc. Ask again. It's like what energy is presented, for you at the moment in the beginning of 2025. What energy is presented for you with business? Is there an idea that you would love to kick off? Would you like to change jobs? Would you like to change something within your job? Do you enjoy your job? Again, this is about enjoying your choices, okay? So your relationships, all of your relationships, your lover, your friendships, your family, all of it, okay? Just because it's family, it doesn't mean that you have to, be with them all the time or see them every year, etc. You actually don't have to. You have a choice. I want you to enjoy your choices. Don't choose not to see your family if you're doing it from resistance and anger or frustration or anything like that. If you're going to choose that, choose it because you're enjoying your choice. Okay. Like I said, I spent Christmas with my friend Chris, who's amazing, and I dig my family that I've got around at the moment, and I will be catching up with them, but just not over Christmas. I didn't. So enjoy your choices or your relationships. Do you have friends at the moment that you're like, not really doing it for you? Okay. Would you have to change something in order to have that be more joyful? Or have you done what you were meant to do together and is it time to move on? I know that might sound really harsh, But what if you actually looked at everybody in your life and went, well, is this person a contribution to me? And my contribution to them, is this working? And if you let consciousness lead the way, who else can show up in your life and living to have something even better and even greater? Because here's the thing, guys, if you are going to, this is the best you've got, this is the best you've got. If you are, whoop, there's my alarm. If you are going to the place of, wow, how does it get any better than this? What else is truly possible? Then you will invite those energies of how does it get any better than this and what else is truly possible. Okay. You can have and do, be, create, generate anything. You have to actively choose. Okay. And like I said before, don't judge your choices. Please don't judge your choices. Enjoy your choices. Okay. Enjoy your choices with money, finance, business, lovers, family, friends, colleagues, your body. It's like all of these things. Maybe parenting, the earth. It's like, what communion do you have with the earth? And what else would you like to invite with that? So, Happy New Year, everyone. Have some New Year's resolutions if it works for you. Or even just ask yourself some questions. It's like, are you choosing what works for you? Or who do you think of before you choose? Hey, that's a goodie. Who do you think of before you choose? You should be your priority, okay? And as you have you as a priority, it doesn't mean that you're excluding everyone and everything else. In fact, you're actually including everything and everyone else. Okay, because you are showing the world that as you choose for you, you receive a universe of possibilities. And as you choose that, everybody else can choose that too. Okay, so enjoy your choices, have way too much fun. And I look forward to perhaps meeting you or seeing you in 2025. If you listen to this podcast, I mean, you're at the end now, unless you've just flipped onto the end and just gone, what the heck is this? Can you do me a favor? Can you subscribe? Subscribe to the YouTube channel, subscribe on Spotify or whatever it is that you listen to it on, and rate us. I would love to get, ratings, etc., whatever. Share it, do all that sort of stuff. Follow us on Instagram, on my Instagram, at Simone Milasas, and also Choice Change in Action. And let's do this together, okay? Let's choose together. Like, what if we always were a contribution to each other from our questions and from our choices and literally enjoying our choices? So have way too much fun, and I will see you somewhere in the world. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye. If you enjoyed this podcast, please make sure to hit the follow or subscribe button on your favorite listening platform to get notified of new episodes. We read all the reviews, so if there's any topic you would like to hear about, let us know. If you'd like to know more about the tools, information, and classes mentioned in the podcast, head on over to SimoneMilasas.com and follow me on Instagram at Simone Milasas, or the podcast has its very own link on Instagram at Choice, Change, and Action. Don't forget, you can download the show notes. And lastly, have way too much fun today.